The Windows 7 unit is about understanding file management. Folders and files store information and data, and they need to be organized and protected. Think of your computer as a large filing cabinet. You will need to set up folders and subfolders to establish the directory structure that best works for your needs. I learned my lesson about organizing my computer when I lost one of my favorite pictures of my grandsons. I thought I would be safe just saving it on the pictures directory. I did, and when I went back to find it, and to this day, I still cannot find that picture. After that, I set up subdirectories to make it easier to locate my pictures. The term for the logic used in establishing the file structure of your computer is called file hierarchy. Before you start saving files, think about what you're creating and how it would be easiest to find your files in the future. Hopefully by now you have a flash drive, or you can practice by establishing the structure on your hard drive. I'm going to use a flash drive that has not been used before for this demonstration. I've already inserted. I like to use the File Explorer program to look at the current structure and modify it. Down here in your taskbar, I have the File Explorer here. When you open it, you'll see the navigation pane on the left-hand side. This shows the total directory structure, summarized that is. There's a vertical line here right between the main pane and the navigation pane. So you can move this over one way or the other if you need more room. So I'm going to move it over there so I can see what I have. Looking at the pane, you'll see the very first thing you'll see is the libraries up here. You'll see other things up above it, but the libraries. You have the library of the documents. This is all the documents that you have on your hard drive. The music. There's pictures directories, and you can see here, like I told you, by learning my lesson, I set up a lot of directories for pictures. You can see all those there. Then videos. You can see all the directories. There's some videos under this public videos directory. There's some under the UCAM directory. You can create subdirectories under each of these, like you see under my pictures. And you can create more subdirectories. We're going to do that in a minute. But along the bottom here, you will see the details pane. This tells you how many items there is in the directory that you selected. I have 78 items. That's 78 directories in the pictures directory. In the videos, there's only 3. So in the documents, there's 26 items. Along the top, you'll see the address bar. This is sort of like the internet address, but this tells you your address within your computer. This is the libraries, documents directory. If I go here to the local hard drive and I go to the programs directory and I go to the Microsoft games, see how the address changes, and it will tell you what directory you're on. Next to the address, to the right here, you have the search command. I'm going to go back over here to the pictures, and I am going to search for the eBay directory. Of course, you can see it there. But if I click eBay, then it's going to find every item here that has eBay. Of course, here you can see my husband is into eBay. So this is anything that we have named, anything having to do with eBay. You can also search other ways, and you can check it out. There's other ways that you can search by date or time that the file was created or last edited. The scroll bars here will move you up and down. If this program were wider than your screen, there would be a scroll bar along the bottom that you could also move left and right. Now, on this list, where is my flash drive? Normally, your hard drive is named C, your C drive. My flash drive is the USB disk F. This will vary based on the computer that you're at, so don't expect yours to be F. It could be almost anything. If I click on this, you can see that it is completely blank. I'm going to go to the new folder option, which is right up here, and I'm going to create my first directory. You see that it automatically names it new folder. I'm going to rename this, and I'm going to put documents. Okay, now I'm going to create another one for my pictures. I'm going to create another one for videos. And you can go on and on as much as you want to. I'm going to create another one for music, just so it looks like your library. Now, after that, once I've created these, I want to create some subdirectories so that I can keep track of all of my documents. So I'm going to double click on the documents directory, and I'm going to create a folder here for AT10. Because you're in AT10, you want to keep your documents for AT10 separate. Then I'm going to double click on that again, and I'm going to create a new folder. Since we're going to be working with Microsoft Word, I'm going to create a Microsoft Word folder. Then I'm going to create a Microsoft Excel folder, so I can keep each of my documents separate, and a Microsoft PowerPoint. This way, when I go to look for one of my files, it is so much easier. Now look at your address bar, AT10, and if I click on the PowerPoint, it'll tell me I am in the PowerPoint directory. Now, if I want to go back to the root directory, the USB F directory, I can click right up here in the address bar and go back to the root. What I want to do now is go over here to the navigation pane. You see this little arrow that it looks like it points to the right. If I click on that, that's going to expand that directory. You see that I've got subdirectories here. Look at there, you can see your AT10, and you can see all these directories that we created. Now I'm going to create some subdirectories that I would normally use for music and show you what this looks like. Now you can see a structure that I would build. I would have different types of music, different types of folders for my pictures, and different types of folders for my videos. This is just the way that I find it easier to find my documents later. I am going to open Word, and I have created a document in Word. As you can see, it's a very simple document, and I can't even spell very well. This is a sample. Now I'm going to show you how to save it to a specific directory. If I go over to the File tab and I click on Save As, this is really important. Click Save As so that you can get a list of these directories. I go to my flash drive. I'm going to put this under Documents, and this is under the AT10 class, and this would be for Microsoft Word. Once you get it to the directory that you want and check your address bar, you can go down here towards the bottom, name it Sample File, and I'm going to save it. So now if I close Word and I go back over to my directory structure and I look under this Microsoft Word directory, I can see my sample file. So that's an example of how you save to the correct folder. Explorer is good for more than just setting up directory structure or finding files. If you right-click on any of these drives, I'm going to close this, minimize this so we can see this. If I right-click on this drive name and I click on Properties, you will get information on your drive. This flash drive has 4 gig of memory. It shows how much I've used, so I can have an idea of how much space I have available. See, I've used very little of this flash drive. if I do the same thing on my local hard drive, it will show here, I've got a 510 or 500 gig hard drive, and I've used about 20% of it, so I still have a lot of room. There's other things that you can do on the properties. The other thing that you can do from here is if I want to eject my USB, if I'm done working with it, I can right click on there and click on eject. But there's another way you can eject your hard drive. If you go over here to the lower right corner, remember we talked about this area over here, your notification pane. And you click to where you can see all of your options. See this that looks like a flash drive, and when you hover over it, you see safely remove and eject media. Right click on it, and the option that you'll get, you can eject your hard drive from here. When you do that, the message you're going to get is that it is safe to remove your hardware. So I can remove my flash drive safely there. Now, if I want to copy files using Windows Explorer, I'm going to reinsert my flash drive so I can find my files. And if I want to copy a file from my hard drive, and if I look at my documents, and I want to copy this business card file, all I do is right-click on it, select copy, and if I want to put it on my flash drive, I select my USB, my documents, and whatever directory I want to put it in. Or I can make a new folder saying business. And I double click on this directory, right click, there I can paste it. Now I've got a copy of that business card file, and I can take it to any computer I want to by taking my flash drive. You can also rename files. If I want to rename this file, I can right click on it, click rename, and I can rename it Business Card Master or whatever I want. And I just click on it. That's how you rename them. Now there's also several ways that you can view this screen. If you go over here to the right hand side, hover over this, you can change your view. You can have large icons that show icons of your files. You can have list here. That's just the list of the file. If you want the details, look here. You can get the date that it is detailed, the program that it was created on, and all I did was I grabbed a hold of that little line between these. See where it becomes a plus? And I just drag it over so I can see the whole thing. You can also make it in tiles to where you can see what program, you can see the file name and how large it is. So there's many, many ways. I really like to use the details list because sometimes I want to see when it was created. I create lots of files. I create a file and then I modify it and I save it with a -1. So I need to see when it was created. So this is really helpful for me. Well, now we're done with another unit. After you view this, you can take the concept review for Windows 7 Unit B. Then, if you're ready to start again or if you're ready to take a break, you can read the unit in your book for Understanding Essential Computer Concepts and watch the video for that unit. Okay. Have a good week. I will see you on Wednesday.